And welcome to the WMAR Vault. I'm Jamie Costello. Here at WMAR, we're celebrating 75 years on the air. We were the first TV station in Maryland, and now we're setting our sights on the future and streaming. And to that end, we've opened up the WMAR Vault. We've dusted off. It's nearly 16 million feet of archive footage. You're going to really like this one. Cal Ripken Jr. It's like we all grew up with Cal, from Aberdeen to the minor leagues, then he made it to the Orioles. And we watched him play day after day and night after night. We watched the banners unfurl on the warehouse, 21-31. And he continued with 3,000 base hits, over 400 home runs. And he played shortstop when a 6'4" guy never played shortstop and hit like that. And we remember going up. You know what? I'm going to give you another story here. The last game that Cal played, I remember walking into Camden Yards. John Maroon, who was the PR guy of the Orioles back then, and Cal, their backs were up against the backstop. And Cal was just looking out. He had his bat right here. He was looking out. And then he got up with the bat. He put a ball on the tee at home plate, and he started hitting. There was nobody else around in the stadium, just the three of us. And I'm thinking, this is his last game. And he's still practicing, hitting line drives, going to left, going to right. And I'm thinking, Cal, this is it. That's why he went to the Hall of Fame. That's why he's in Cooperstown. That's why the biggest crowd ever to watch a Hall of Fame induction went to Cooperstown. And we look back at Cal's call to the Hall. When something big happens in your family, you tend to whip out the photo album. Family time at the beach, playing with Sis. Look what was in his hand at the age of 3, his first baseball team. And that kid in the circle wanted to grow up to be Cal Ripken. Little did he know, he was already on his way. Great arm at Aberdeen, might have been better at soccer. His first uniform, his first hat, inside his first built stadium with his name on it. And a little after 2, those who work for the Ripken baseball empire took this outside. And when the announcement was made, a clap for Cal.
Oh, it's very exciting. It's great. I mean, it's something great to be a part of.
Today's an awesome day. Congratulations to Cal and everyone associated with Cal.
It's not so far from Aberdeen to Baltimore, but if you take into consideration the path in which you get there, it was in many ways, it seemed like your career went like that.
Yeah.
And great, fulfilling, fun career. Got a chance to play for the team that I wanted to play for and play for a long time. How it feels good, it's a wonderful honor. I mean, there's no way around it.
From the time we are 6, we all dream of it.
And Cal's got it. To Hewlett 1. Cal Ripken has saved the game.
Cal lived it. You were there for the handshake, the lead.
And the Orioles are the world champions.
You were there for 72 different stances for one at bat. And the wheel and deal. You were there when he had hair, when he met Kelly at Christopher's and Billy at second.
Ripken.
You were there when Pop was the skipper, and the day baseball died a little bit with Rip Sr. You were there on the last game of Memorial Stadium and for his MVP season at his new office. You were there for all 400 homers, 3,000 hits, and it was you who waited in line at midnight for a signature. You were there when the drape came down, and it was you who he was coming to say thanks to. You were there when he wasn't there, his name replaced by a trivia answer. The Yankees knew this was a major moment.
Number 8 arrives at the Inner Harbor.
And there you were on the curb to wave. And the wave over at his last All-Star game when Cal went home to short. And then, as always, he did a homer for you. You were there to break ground on a new baseball empire in Aberdeen. Of course, you were there when the Ironbirds started play. You were there alone on Cal's last night, still hitting off a tee, still trying to get better. And you were there to see Cal play catch with his kids on the best backyard in Baltimore. From the time we are 6, from T-ball on, imitating a wiffle ball World Series homer, pretending Rex Barney is calling your name and John Miller calls you safe at third, we all dream of it. Cal lived it. We should know. We were there. Jamie Costello, ABC 2 News.
Fans lined up on the sidewalk to get an up-close and personal look at their hero.
We love Cal Ripken.
And Towson does too. Baltimore County showing its love on the ground and in the sky, in bank windows, even on the street.
I just think he's a really good player and he has a lot of hits and home runs.
The town celebrated Cal's achievements in a short but spirited parade led by Little Leaguers and capped off with Rick Dempsey and Cal himself.
Hey, Cal!
Locals knew he had the all-star magic, and now the U.S. Senate does too.
That Cal Ripken is our All-American Hall of Famer.
And the key to the county is now Cal's to keep. But even with all the accolades, he still stays humble and remembers who got him to the Hall of Fame in the first place.
In practicing my speech a little bit, the hard parts of it are really to thank your mom and dad. And it's still not to the point where I can actually get it out really clearly, so I'm going to have to practice it a few more times. But that's the good stuff, what life's all about.
In Towson, Delia Gonsalves, ABC 2 News.
They came from all walks of life, but they all had one common goal: to see their man, Cal Ripken Jr., inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
To me, this is almost like a presidential inauguration type thing.
Bus one, red bus one.
More than 250 Cal Ripken Jr. fans arrived in Timonium, loading up on 5 buses, eager to head to Cooperstown.
These baseball fans are very loyal to the Iron Man, and for them, heading to Cooperstown is the culmination of their support for Cal Ripken Jr.
With their coolers, lawn chairs, beverages, and luggage in tow, these fans are off to Cooperstown to watch Cal Ripken Jr. make history yet again. In Timonium, Cherie Johnson, ABC 2 News.
Highway 28 to Cooperstown. You'll find more twists and turns than a Paris Hilton night in jail.
Well, we're expecting like record crowds.
Wow. Wow is right. Barns will turn into overnight parking stalls, and shadows swallow up mountains like Oriole fans will of this tiny village of 2,000.
It's a small town. There's a lot of people coming. I can't imagine where they're going to put all these people. I cannot imagine.
It's going to be a madhouse.
They knew this day was coming 5 years ago, but we all wait till the last minute to prepare for company.
You know, all the merchants on Main Street had a whoopee.
But traffic will be 200 plus buses are coming up, thousands more are driving up, and Nolan Ryan may have to give up the all-time attendance record to Rip. Is there room at the house?
We usually ask them to write us a letter indicating that they're interested in coming for Hall of Fame weekend.
All booked up by New Year's. Any chance?
I doubt it. I don't think anyone who has a reservation this year wants to cancel.
Sometime parking.
Now watch Miss Mary's reaction to my question. Is the town ready? She's better with how many restaurants are there?
There's quite a few right here. Right here on Main Street, there's probably 6 or 7.
One is Nicoletta's, where Cal once ate. His picture has faded from the windowsill, but what he ate that night hasn't.
He had the lobster ravioli.
Did you eat it all?
He ate every single last bite.
Back at the booth, what's the most asked question, Miss Mary?
A lot of times, where is the Baseball Hall of Fame?
It's directly across the street. What's that answer again?
Just what I said, the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Can you blame me for putting off the topic of traffic?
I don't know about the parking. That's the only thing I think they're going to have a tough time is where to park everybody at.
Come early.
In other words, there is no parking. Bring walking shoes, water, pack a few lunches. Let's be patient and kind and make Miss Mary proud Mary.
For Cal Ripken to be inducted in the Cooperstown Hall of Fame is like our Super Bowl here.
I like to think of it as Christmas in the summertime.
Jamie Costello, ABC 2 News.
If you were looking for a can of paint at this builder supply store in Aberdeen today, you were out of luck.
Everybody that I've talked to is heading for Cooperstown.
That's diner owner George Angleson, who stayed back, he said, because people got to eat. But there weren't a whole lot of them at the Ideal Diner at lunchtime today.
I tried to get to Cooperstown myself, but nothing was available. I even have contacts.
Town hall's open because somebody's got to be around to protect the place, like the guy in charge of the paramedics, thinking Cal all the time.
I think it's great. Cal certainly earned it.
At least those left behind can watch the induction ceremony on TV, depending on what kind of cable service they have.
They cut it out of the regular cable here.
Turns out Comcast is not providing the induction to its basic subscribers here. Only those paying for the higher-priced digital service get the event, leaving Stuart Teagle back at the diner doubly disappointed.
I can't believe that the people in Baltimore are going to be deprived. The man on the street is deprived of watching the induction in real time. That's really annoying.
For those left behind in Aberdeen, Cooperstown and Cal will come via tape delay. In Aberdeen, Scott Broom, ABC 2 News.
Some rain on the parade as busloads of Oriole fans poured into Cooperstown today. Orange everywhere. Brady had his driver stop to talk to us about Cal.
Every good thing you hear about him is true, and any negative thing you could ever hear about him isn't. I've never seen any break in his character or his honor and the way he treats people or situations.
Eddie Murray, Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, Baltimore's best in Cooperstown.
You got a little hazing thing with the rookies, right? You guys?
Oh, not too bad. Reggie Jackson, we brought him down to earth when the commissioner presented his ring and the box was empty. So, so we might have a little trick for Cal, too.
This is a cross between the Ocean City Boardwalk and Main Street in Disney World. No Mickey, but there's a Cal.
Cal's not about the streak. Cal's not about baseball. Cal's about class.
And when Mr. Class walked around Doubleday, you could feel Abner's place shake. Look at the handshake for an autograph. Look at Cal put a cap on. Look at Cal smile like he's up here with family. He wiped sweat onto former Oriole backstop Andy Etchbarren and then signed our first pitch to Andy from Aberdeen.
I just told him he was my idol and asked for an autograph, and he gave it to me, so it was a pleasure to meet him.
Again, just look at the size of the crowd. It's just a tremendous turnout.
We watch him play as a family. We're going to see him go in the Hall of Fame as a family.
Yes, ma'am. I don't go back to August the 7th.
Good for you.
And here's the other Iron Man, Ernie Tyler. Cal called him and said, come on up.
Oh, at first I was stunned, and I thought somebody was pulling a joke, because I had no intention of coming up here because it's too crowded.
My girlfriend used to deliver your mail. If you could sign that, it doesn't
At
matter.
83, he's acting like a rock star.
Smile, kid. Cal's paying for the hotel. I said, I'm on my way. All right. This is like to come up and see this little kid I used to watch playing baseball and kick ground balls at Memorial Stadium. No, I didn't do that.
1960 to now. Look at all that stuff you could have.
Can you believe this? And all on account of a little bit of mud and just showing up every day. Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot.
Be well.
Cal sends one high in the air to left center field. Away back. It's gone.
Cal's Hall of Fame ticket was punched years ago, but now induction is less than 3 days away. So how is number 8 dealing with it?
Fear, terror, and anxiety are starting to build, and because it's creeping up on me a little fast, and then you have your checkpoints say, are you really ready for this?
It's not like Cal hasn't been down this road before. 12 years ago, he was the focus of one of baseball's greatest moments. But unlike Streak Week, Cal has company this time. Tony Gwynn is his Cooperstown classmate. Baltimore fans will own Cooperstown this weekend. They are here to celebrate Cal and remember when the Orioles were something special.
I used to love to wear the Baltimore uniform on the road, and I loved to represent the city of Baltimore being out at the All-Star games and those sorts of things. There was a sense of pride that you had about your organization.
Cal Ripken Jr. A million memories in a Hall of Fame career that spanned 21 years. I asked Cal for some quick takes on some of our favorite snapshots.
First home run opening day.
Handshake with my dad around the third base. Great moment.
The 83 World Series.
The best moment in baseball, by far.
your cycle in Texas?
Deep to left field, watching.
Pretty storybook. I needed a home run in my last at bat, and very few times when you try to hit a home run, you do. I did, and I did.
To have your dad managing you and your brother as your double play partner.
It was one of those moments that was so special that you don't know how special until it's gone, and then you look back with great regret and feeling that you should have embraced it a little bit more while it happened. But it was pretty special.
How about your final All-Star game, the home run in Seattle?
A very heartfelt moment. A-Rod, the tribute that A-Rod came up with to push me over there, made me mad at first. I don't like to be embarrassed, but thinking about it, it was a really nice tribute. And being able to hit a home run in the last game, feeling good when you leave the game that way, was pretty special.
26-32 will define Cal the same way 21-30 was linked to Garrick. Bottom line, Cal will go down as the consummate competitor. And I suspect it won't be long before the consummate competitor is back in the major leagues.
I'm smart enough to listen and hear and think and analyze and evaluate opportunities if they would come, and then make decisions based on what you want to do. But certainly, I think probably in the future that if the right opportunity presented itself, I'd come back to the game.
But that's down the road. Right now, there's this Cooperstown business to take care of.
There's a building to this, and it's been going on for a long time, and I'm a willing participant. I will play the role because I think it's good for baseball, but I know that when it's over, I'll have a sense of satisfaction and a relief that, okay, let's go on to the next phase.
Tony Gwynn was the leadoff hitter. His speech ran nearly 33 minutes, twice as long as Cal's. He had to take an early timeout.
Can I call a timeout here because I need my notes here because I'm going to struggle. Hold on.
But the pride of San Diego got it back on track.
And there's a responsibility when you put that uniform on that those people who pay to go watch you play, you're responsible. You gotta make good decisions and show people how things are supposed to be done.
Cal got past the emotion of Cal Sr. and Vi, but Kelly and the kids got the best of them.
And our children, Rachel Marie and Ryan Calvin. They not only gave me a whole new understanding of life, but they also continue to bring me pride as they... She didn't know anything about baseball or me when we first met, but she has learned and stood by me and supported me throughout our years together. Kelly, I hope that you know how much I appreciate your love and you're always being there for me.
Cal's speech was scripted and organized, 16 minutes, and it delivered a message.
As the years passed, it became clear to me that kids see it all, and it's not just some of your actions that influence, it's all of them. Whether we like it or not, as big leaguers, we are role models. Should we put players up on a pedestal and require them to take responsibility? No. But we should encourage them to use their influence positively, to help build up and develop the young people who follow the game.
Yeah, there was plenty of emotion for Cal. He said he had 3 hot spots in this speech. He got through the first 2, but the third one got him, Kelly and the kids.
And the crowd was hanging on every word that Cal spoke. I mean, they were right there with him. And I'll tell you what, for this crowd out here, what a tremendous weekend. Not only did they set the all-time record here today, but they also set the all-time one single day at the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. So this is one we will always remember.
And today, this is the largest induction ceremony in the history of the Baseball Hall of Fame, and you're part of
it. And so begins the anthem for the arrival. Baltimore took a road trip and a walk trip and a bus trip.
Quite a trip on the way in. It took us about 45 minutes to get over from the O to Saga, so it's quite a sea of humanity.
Can we just take a moment to take a look at the crowd? This is historic. You will always remember this day and weekend.
Well, I think considering who the celebration is for, the size of the crowd is very appropriate.
I have never seen, this is my 5th guy to go in, I have never seen a crowd like the crowd out here today.
There's former GM Roland Heeman and Joe Orsulak, Richie Bancells, Kenny Singleton.
This is amazing. There's a lot of people here. I was here 4 years ago for Eddie. I have to come for Cal.
John, you're forever connected with Baltimore. Ladder 49. hairspray, and now Cal. You've done it all, the trifecta.
I should be living in Baltimore. We should all be living in Baltimore.
But Baltimore belongs to Cal, and this was Cal's crowd. You left your feet and you teared up.
I got teary-eyed out there, and it's just amazing. I was 11 when he started playing and rooted for him ever since.
21 years went by in a 16-minute speech. He made us cheer the past, but take care of the future. Did you tear up at all?
I did.
When?
I did with him, his family.
Clap for Cal. You were part of history. Jamie Costello, ABC 2 News.
And I know we have all those memories from Cooperstown. We have all the signed autographs that we can get from Cal Ripken Jr. He'll be our hero forever here in Maryland. And we can all say we were there. For 75 years, we have brought you the news into your home, from film to video to tiny digital cards, over-the-air, cable, satellite, and now streaming. And we'll keep moving forward. And remember to look back at the stories and the moments that made us all Maryland. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of the WMAR Vault, and we'll see you next time.
When you finally did have to retire, what do you think you'll miss most about the game?
About the game? Let me think about that for a minute. That's so far in the future, I don't know what I'd say about that. You know, I imagine once you play so many years, you condition yourself to come out here traveling, you spend so much time, you make new friends along the way. I think the biggest thing I probably missed was the friendships with my teammates. You develop good friendships. They come and go. It depends upon how long you play in the game. But I think if I had to project myself down the road a little bit, I think the biggest thing I'd miss is spending the time with my friends and my teammates.
Hey, it's Jamie Costello. If you just enjoyed this episode of The Vault, you can check out more episodes by clicking on this box down here. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that circle, and that'll subscribe you to WMAR 2 News for great content every single day.